Welcome to 5 Minutes with my architect. On this podcast, we provide industry knowledge for building designs and renovation, building knowledge for construction projects too, okay? So we share tips to guide you on your project journey so that you enjoy the building experience. Today, we'll be looking at how to check your construction drawings. And this is part of the series we started on how to start your building project. Okay, so your building projects process, design, construction starts with the design phase, okay? The architect works on the design with you, then produces the construction drawings, prepares the permits. You must get planning approval wherever you're building, okay? Then you should also get project cost estimates and the contractor pricing. Then after the pricing, you can now do your builder selection, contract award, and proceed to your project execution and supervision. Okay, but in this entire process, the construction documents are key to all these steps we listed, and you don't want errors because errors have huge impact on your project. Okay, so most times your architect does this, but we would like to share a few things for you so that you are aware of what exactly to expect. Okay, for corporate projects, the architect as the team lead drives the entire process and gets the construction documentation delivered to the client, okay? But when we deal with private clients, it's usually the case, okay? And we've had people just come and say they want architect's drawing. It's beyond that, So once the drawing comes out, they pay and run. No. So I want to let you know what is required so that if you're starting your project, you know that, look, these are the documents I'm expecting. Okay, there are about 6 of them, and I'm going through them one after the other. So the first one is architectural drawing. That is what everybody goes after. The architect prepares this, comes with the plans, elevation sections, how the building looks, the sizes of the spaces, the kind of doors, the kind of windows, and ceiling design, fence, landscaping, So that is prepared, by your architect. But you cannot build with an architectural drawing, the set of architectural drawings, construction drawings. What makes them construction drawings are that they have dimensions, that's measurements and specifications, so that the builder is able to transfer what is on paper to site. But you cannot work with just architectural drawing. So the next set of drawings you need or documents you need are the structural drawings. So your architect should produce this for you. We've had clients tell you, no, don't worry, I have a structural engineer. We don't advise you to do that. Why? Because the architect coordinates all these documents I'm going to list so that there are no conflicts, okay? We visited some projects, where maybe clients invited us to look into some issues where you come into somebody's living room and there's a column there. Nobody coordinated the drawings. How did the column get in the living room? Or how did the column get to where the door is supposed to be? So those are the things you avoid when, you get all these things coordinated together. The drawings are all done and they are checked. And that is why we're, making this podcast so that you know that drawings are supposed to be checked. This will limit errors during construction. Okay, so the structural drawings are prepared by the structural engineers, and they get you the structural drawings and what they call calculation sheets. These 2 documents are needed for planning permit. Okay, so your structural drawings now includes the kind of foundation, the kind of columns, the sizes, the sizes of beams, floor thickness, roof beams, and all that. That is actually what makes the building stable, and that is what most builders build with. So it's always good to get a certified or qualified structural engineer to do this through your architect, who assembles the entire design team. Okay, now it depends on where you're building. There are some areas that are, have bad soil, like Lagos, Port Harcourt, and all that. So most times you're required to do a soil test. Please don't argue with your engineer. Don't argue with your architect. You cannot put up a building that is over 100 million or 200 million and you don't want to pay for soil test of how much, maybe 300, 250 and all that. It depends on who is doing it for you. Okay, so please try and do the soil test so that the engineer is able to determine how the soil is, the nature of the soil, the load-bearing capacity, so that they are able to design the kind of foundation that will sit in that soil. If the soil is bad, most times they design for piling. If it's not too bad, they can do raft, but most places in Lagos is rafts. Then the bad swampy areas, they are piles you do. So don't argue with your engineer. No, I'm not doing pile. You need to guarantee and protect that your investment. So the next set of drawings are the mechanical drawings, and this is done by a mechanical engineer. Okay, mechanical drawings cover things like your plumbing fittings. Please do them. Don't argue. Why? So that if there are problems, when you look at the drawings, you know where to trace pipes, and all that. So that's why you need to do them. Your plumbing fittings are fitted out. Your ACs, are fitted out. Okay, so please work with your architect so that this is you can agree on where you want some of those things. This is why I want my AC. I don't want it here. This is the kind of ACs I want. So ACs come into mechanical drawing. That's ACs, I mean air conditioners and all that. Okay, we don't have heaters here. That's warmers. It's only ACs we do here because of the weather we have here. So the electrical drawings, of course, as it says, electrical fittings, cable wires, light fittings, the ELVs like your alarm system, CCTV. So those ones are also included there. So it's actually a huge process which should be done well. Okay, we should be done well. So these are the drawings that are prepared. Then finally, I will advise you to get bill of quantities done. The bill of quantities will capture every single thing in the above drawings I've listed, the 4 of them. Now, it will list the item, the quantity, and leave a column for costing, so that even if you get 3 builders to price, you're getting, they are pricing basically the same thing, and you can compare like for like. You can compare like to like. You can compare like against like. When you get builders to prepare their own bill of quantities, the quantity of items can be inflated and you will not know. Okay, so it's better you get your the architect who does that through his QS to prepare just one document that everybody uses. Then you can make your selection based on the best bidder. Okay, so I hope you've been cleared on what you need as part of your construction documents. Then of course, these documents will now be submitted to the planning authority in your locality for approval. Okay, so what do you do after listening to this? Save this list of items and also discuss them with your architect for future use. Okay, if you're already working on your project also, or you're about starting one and with your architect, so discuss these things with your architect, and your best bet is to get your architect to provide you all these requirements so that you can limit conflicts and issues when you get to site for construction. Okay, that's all for today. So for more details, and you can check out our website, IMarcproconsult.com, IMarcproconsult.com, and our social media platforms. Okay, so until next time, apply these tips and share your feedback.